go to work. So I spent the last couple of days with the laser engraver and some slate plates and coasters and white tiles, and this is what I've come up with. These are going to a craft show up in Centralia at the fairgrounds the 21st, 22nd, 23rd of November 2025. So if you're in the area, come by, stop by and say hi, and love to meet you guys. But anyway, this is part one, and the first thing we're going to start out with is the slate coasters. I make a ton of slate coasters. These slate plates, they're an 8 by 15 3/4 slate plates. So we take these out of the package, lay them out all on the bench here. So they're all on the bench now. Now that I got a big enough spot, normally I put them out one at a time and just spray them with the clear lacquer one at a time. But now that I got the little bench to work with, I just take them, flip them over, get them out of the wrapper. Without cutting yourself. I just left the wrapper on this so you can see how they come in the box. They come in a box of 12. We get these from Kohl's Imports. And you got to be careful when you're ordering these from them because they don't box them really well. We had several boxes that we got, and one full box was completely garbage. They just trashed them in shipping. They were broke all the heck. And had to file a claim to get reimbursed for how many that we were broken. But we bought them from them several times, and it's a crapshoot whether you're going to get them and have some of them, or just a couple of them that are broke, or if they're going to be all broke, or they're going to be all okay. So anyway, that's where we get them from, and you can go on Kohl's Imports and find them yourself rather than me putting a link in the description if you're interested in these. And then from there I just use the clear, semi-gloss clear, and just put a light coat over each one of them, let them dry. Yeah, I know I should be wearing a mask when I'm doing this, but I got a vent fan right behind me here. It's going to suck all the vents, all the bad juju out of here. I'm going to turn my heater back on so that these will dry real quick. Takes about 20 minutes for them to dry, and then I can throw them in the laser and engrave them. Alright, so that looks much better than the last couple runs that I did. That is what I'm looking for right there. So that is the difference between running with the honeycomb bed or the slats in. So I had to take the slats out. This is the X-Tool P2 laser. I had to take the slats out, or the honeycomb out, and then put the slats back in to be able to finish that and make it look like it's supposed to. Take semi-gloss clear, same thing we sprayed on it before, and we just give it a little dusting, little light coat over the top of that just to seal it in. And it'll darken that just a little bit, but it'll lighten back up when that dries. So do the same thing with our slate coasters and the white coasters after we paint those. So other than just the black slates, we also do the white tiles. We use the Home Decor white chalk paint, and then I mix it almost 50-50, probably just a little bit less of the titanium dioxide. I just put it in a little bottle, a little jar. You can use a medicine bottle or whatever you got left over to mix it in. So I put the paint in first, put the titanium oxide in, and then I add a couple teaspoons of water just to thin it out a little bit to help mix it up. I just use a foam brush, preferably a foam brush. If I can get this one down in there, a little wider than what I usually use. And we just run an even coat right across the top of this. I prefer the foam brush to a regular brush because it doesn't leave as many streaks as a regular paint brush does. We get the first coat on there. I'm going to run like 8 of these at a time. I got a whole stack of them. I'll just stand in here, get them painted, and I'll come back about 15 minutes after they dry. Paint them coming from the other direction. So I'll paint them all this direction, and then I'll turn them 90 degrees and put one more coat on, let that dry, and then we'll put them in the laser. Alright, so the white ones are finally done. When I take them out of the laser, I got to take them in and wash all the soot off of them, but they turn out pretty good. They got the real dark black, great features to them. Turned out pretty awesome. So these ones actually come with the cork backer, so you can, paper you got to peel off there and stick on the back of these when you're done, ready to finish them out. So got the little kitties. People love these. And when they come in one of these little sleeves like this, so whenever you're ready to pack them all up, you can just stick them back in their sleeve right here. Keeps them from getting all scratched up and beat up against each other, so that's a good way to pack them up when you're getting ready to go to a show. If I can get my fingers to work. So when I finish these out, after I wash off the soot and everything, I let them dry for about 10 minutes, and then I take them in and finish them out there the same way I do all the slates. Just take them in and spray them with a coat of Rust-Oleum X2 semi-gloss. Get these all finished out the same way. These turn out really nice. Now, somebody on YouTube one time said, don't waste your time or your energy with coasters or anything like that. But if people aren't spending money on anything else, they'll spend a couple bucks to buy a coaster just so they can buy something. They can do all kinds of different stuff. You can, pictures, you can do snarky sayings, a little sarcastic or funny or whatever. People love the humorous, they love the sarcastic stuff. So I rented some epoxy the other day, and these are just epoxy coasters. I haven't tried these for sale yet, but I'm pretty sure that they'll do pretty well. Now the thing with these is you can take a sticker of some kind, like any kind of sticker that has something on there, lay it on the front of this, and then go over it with the clear epoxy just to seal it in, and it'll give them something to look at, like I don't know, NFL stickers, like Seahawks stickers or something like that, if you're inclined to do something like that. I'm going to try them just plain, see how they do. If they don't sell, then I'll sticker them up. So the other thing I do is these little boxes like this. I go to boxes.py, and I get the thing for the notes, sticky notes, and I give it the dimensions of how big I want. These are just right over 4 inches wide, 4 inches deep, and just deep enough for 4 coasters to sit in there. I make these, I buy a sheet of 1/8 inch plywood, and I give these away when I sell a set of 4 coasters. These go with them, and it's got my logo right in the bottom of it. If they want to contact me, then they can go to my website and get a hold of me through my website. So that's just a good little way to keep in contact with your customers, or have them, if they, somebody comes with there, where'd you get those at? Well, this is where they got them at. But, so I think these turned out pretty well. So don't let anybody tell you that coasters don't sell. And these are like really good for charcuterie, or they can put their food on there. It gets sealed up. They can put them in the freezer and get them really cold, and they can put cold things on there for desserts and that kind of stuff too. So those are always an option. They're usable, not just something that you can look at. But these are just some of the things that I sell. I make and sell at craft shows. And I got to get these done because we got a craft show coming up the 21st, 22nd, 23rd of November, which is just next week of 2025. So I'm trying to get as many of these put out as I possibly can. And that's about all I can think of on these. So yeah, don't let anybody say that you can't make money selling coasters, because there is money in coasters.